Welcome to the Owen Sound Pride Parade. It's the second annual Pride Parade here in downtown Owen Sound. We have a great turnout here today. There's people of all ages, grandparents, young people, people bringing their dogs even. The weather couldn't be any more perfect. And we have two guests with me today from Owen Sound District Secondary School, two young ambassadors. We have with us
Amy Lefebvre
and
Sophia.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming here today to help me with the Owen Sound Pride
it's our
Parade.
second year. We had an incredibly
This has
successful
been a great event here. It's been the brainchild of one of our students at Owen Sound District Secondary School, Ryan. He was nominated and won the Youth Volunteer of the Year for Owen Sound here this year, and we're very proud of his endeavors just to get this to the point that it is this year. Last year the parade was wonderful, but it was the inaugural parade, and this year we're hoping for even bigger and better things. We have a bigger lineup this year and the crowd seems to be bigger, so I guess that shows that people are really interested in being here for the parade, because of the weather too. It couldn't be any more fantastic.
Yeah, not a cloud in the sky today.
Yeah. So I guess what we can say is that Pride is something that we celebrate here well, actually they celebrate it around the world, but it's not just today that we celebrate it. We celebrate it the month of June. We should celebrate it every day, and it's not something that should be something that just comes naturally, that we recognize people's right to love whoever they want to love. But we do celebrate Pride here in Owen Sound and Grey Bruce. Throughout the month of June, we do some special things here. In Owen Sound, we raised a Pride flag. I believe it was, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, we celebrated by raising a Pride flag. And I was talking to the young ladies here with me. It's something that is relatively new, having Pride flags in our public buildings. It's something that young people will have the luxury of knowing throughout their lives as just something that they recognize and they're used to seeing. It's something that people of my age didn't have, and it's really nice to see that even in Grey and Bruce now, the smaller communities are raising the flags, and our First Nations communities also. We also have things going on, film festivals here in Owen Sound, and there's all kinds of events here recognizing art shows, specifically for Pride, and all sorts of things like that. Can you tell me something that you've done at OSDSS?
Yeah, well, on the first day in June, for school day, our school raised the Pride flag outside. We've also have a float inside in the Pride Parade today, and we're also proud of Ryan Brown as a student from OSDSS for everything that he's done for today.
And what else did you do?
Well, we have a GSA who's actively doing different events and trying to raise awareness in the school.
And you know Ryan?
Yeah, we know Ryan pretty well.
Yeah, he's a great ambassador for everything.
Yeah.
And you said you have a GSA as part of your...
Part of our school, yeah.
Most of the schools in Grey Bruce have gay-straight alliances, I understand.
Most schools now do have one.
Yeah. So I guess one other thing we can talk about is the support that the teachers and the school boards have given to the Pride Month, and actually just the gay-straight alliances throughout Grey Bruce, actually throughout the province. And we see that here by their participation in the parade. There's a lot of noise as the cars go past. The City of Owen Sound actually has given the support to the Pride Parade by blocking off on a busy Saturday morning, redirecting the traffic, which is another thing that demonstrates their support of the parade. We also have, which demonstrates support, is the downtown vendors and the shops. The being with the main street being closed off at a busy time on a Saturday morning on a wonderful, well, it's not summer yet, spring. We think it's summer because it's finally warm. But it's great that they've allowed us to do this. So girls, what do you think of the fact that this has all been started by, or initiated by, or the brainchild of a student, someone your age?
I think it's fantastic. We're also proud of Ryan for what he's done, and it just shows what youth can do in a community.
Well, we're going to see a video right now of that youth, Ryan. And Mark, can you go to that?
Well, it's our second year. We had an incredibly successful first Pride Parade last year, and this year we're doing it again on Saturday, June 8th at 11 a.m. downtown on 2nd Ave, and we expect it to be just as great a success as last year.
And this is the second annual.
Yes.
So how did it all get started, Ryan? Because you're the inspiration around this. So tell us a little bit about the very beginnings and how it came into being.
I have a really good family and network of friends and people in Owen Sound who support me and who supported me when I came out. And so when I realized that wasn't necessarily the case for everyone, especially sometimes in smaller communities, I realized the importance of showing to those people, whether they're an adult or young or they've been out or they're still in the closet, or are straight but want to learn more, how important it is to show everyone in this community all of the love and all of the pride and the celebration that we have.
I think that's really important because it's so important for our community to be inclusive and that everyone has a sense that they belong here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so you approached the city council, got permission to start the parade.
Yeah, I talked to a few people in the community who have done a lot of Pride events and Grey Bruce Pride and some of the organizations that we have here, and thought, it would be good to start with them to see, is this something that's been considered before? Is there anything I should know before I start this? And I gathered some really good opinions and ideas, and then brought it to City Council and started work on it. And then in May we had a small committee formed and made it happen.
That's amazing, because now we're starting to see Pride parades pop up throughout Grey and Bruce counties. So that's really a good thing. And so tell us a little bit about you, because there are some special things in your life too as part of all of this.
So I'm involved at the school board as a student trustee, and I've been doing that for a couple of years, and involved at school with student council and things like that. And then this year I was elected to be a part of the executive of the Provincial Student Trustee Association. So I work in education in Ontario, and it's both the advocacy and the professional development for student trustees. So it's a really exciting job and
great opportunity.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you see yourself going into politics perhaps in the future?
It's not something that I plan on, but it's certainly been a world that I've been introduced to this year, especially, and I find it very interesting, but it's not something that I'm kind of vying for at this point.
Yeah. Well, I think you've already had contact with our top political leader. Tell us about that.
Yeah, last year after the parade, we have a contact in Owen Sound who worked in the PMO, and then so Justin Trudeau wanted to have a call and congratulate Owen Sound on the incredibly successful parade, and I think that's really incredible for a lot of reasons. But what I've always said in terms of the success of the parade is that it's not so much that one person or our committee made the parade the success it was. We created the conditions for that to happen, and then the community had the appetite for that change. And Owen Sound and all of the communities that stepped up to make the parade so successful, that's really the success of the parade is down to the people who made it happen. So for the Prime Minister to recognize that and recognize the success of a small community coming together, that's really fantastic.
Well, it is, and I believe there's like 25 groups that kind of came together different organizations, agencies, and institutions that came together to support this. So it's really a community collaborative, isn't it?
Absolutely, and we have participation in terms of walking through the parade, whether it's walking or rollerblading or on stilts or in a float. We have all of those people, and then we have our sponsors who cover our insurance costs and decorations and things like that. And then we have all of the fantastic people who help us to promote the parade, and the committee members and the volunteers on the day of the parade, and everyone who donates, whether it's the hot dog buns for the after event that we do in the Child and Family Services lot, or donating the chalk for the kids who come to play with, and the bouncy castles and things like that. So it's a really big community event, and we have a lot of support.
Well, tell us the date, the time again, so that people can put this down in their calendars.
Yeah, so it's Saturday, June 8th this year at 11 a.m. on 2nd Ave. And then once again, we have that after event for families and everyone to come to. We have local musicians and some speakers and bouncy castles, chalk, bubbles.
Sounds like a fun day.
Exactly. And that's in the Bruce Gray Child and Family Services lot.
And if somebody wanted to participate in the parade, how would you go about that?
You can always shoot me an email at osprideparade@gmail.com, or you can go onto our Facebook, Owen Sound Pride Parade, and reach out there. And on that Facebook, there is a link to our participation form for anyone who wants to march their business or organization or group or school through the parade. We're absolutely open to that, and we have a couple more weeks that we're accepting applications for that.
Okay.
I noticed on Facebook that United Way was putting together flags. So how can you access the flags?
So that's done through Grey Bruce Pride.
Okay.
So they joined up together to make that happen, and I believe you can reach out to Grey Bruce Pride to get a flag. And I know that they're doing a campaign across Grey and Bruce counties for any municipal buildings, and they're doing flag raisings here in Owen Sound and in other areas as well across Grey Bruce. So.
What's it like growing?
So that was a great interview with Brian. And so, as I mentioned before, he's the brainchild behind last year's and this year's second annual Pride Parade. The crowds are really getting bigger here, and it's getting a lot warmer. And people, I notice, have their Pride flags, their Pride clothing on, hats, visors, and as I said, the dogs are even decorated to come out to the Pride. And remember, after the Pride Parade, there are celebrations, family-friendly celebrations at the Child and Family Services, and that is at the old YMCA building, just actually down from where the parade ends, and it's at the old YMCA parking lot. And it is, as I said, family-friendly. They have hamburgers, hot dogs. I was there last year, and it was really fun, and a lot of people go there. So it's worth your while to not just go home after the parade, go down to the celebrations. It's not just about the parade. I hear some noise, so I think the parade has made its way down, partway down here, and I see the banner, and I see the police car. And we have the parade coming. So it looks like it's starting. There's a lot of excitement, and the kids are excited too. So we'll be getting started very shortly. And we have had a lot of support, as I said, from the city. It wouldn't even be possible without the city. The United Way, as he said, the United Way, you could go there to get flags. Oh, that's a fire truck, I guess, isn't it? Oop. A fire truck and the police. Something you'd like to see when you need them. And I see a banner there too, so that's a good sign. A Pride banner. It's windy here too, so that's nice. We're getting a breeze now. Oh, there's a lot of people coming. So let's get started. we have a new police chief here in town. So Chief Sonnenberger isn't here this year. They're going slower. Last year they went rather quickly, and we didn't get a chance to see everything as well as we wanted to. This year we're going to get a really good show. Have been very, very supportive of Pride Month. We have the banner, the Pride banner, and right behind them we have something very familiar and very loved by everyone in Owen Sound and the area, Grey Bruce, the Owen Sound attack. And the Owen Sound attack, they support pretty much every event that I think we have here in Owen Sound, and they're just really the greatest group. I mean, who doesn't love the attack? Don't say you don't love the attack.
So next we have the Grey Bruce Roller Derby coming up.
Have you girls seen the roller derby?
No, I've never seen it before.
I've never seen it, but my mom always talks about it.
You should join the roller derby. They're a great group of women of all ages, and they're always looking for new members. So there you go. And there again, they support a lot of community fundraising organizations. That's Grey Bruce Roller Derby. Next up is the Bruce Grey Owen Sound Federal Liberals, and they're the Bruce Grey Owen Sounds. They're doing their, I believe they're looking for, in the process of getting their new leader at the moment, representative for Grey Bruce Owen Sound. Next up is Hillcrest Elementary.
All right, so this is the Gay Straight Alliance of Hillcrest Elementary School.
And what is the Gay Straight Alliance again?
So the Gay Straight Alliance is students coming together no matter their sexual orientation, and they come and are allies.
And next up is the Residential Hospice of Grey Bruce. Then now we have Youth Elevating Youth. This Youth Elevating Youth, and there's a great group of them representing Pride Month.
All right, so this is the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association.
Of Bruce Gray.
Of Bruce Gray, yeah.
Oh, dogs. Oh, cowgirl events. Owen Sound. That was Cowgirl Events Owen Sound. Thank you very much for participating.
And
Come to Youth Elevating Youth next.
And coming up next, here's our East Ridge Community School, waving their banner.
That East Ridge. The East Ridge Community School is the new school, right?
Yes, it's the new primary school in
Yes.
the old OSCBI building.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. They're having a party.
next up, oh, no, that's still East Ridge yelling. They're happy.
Yeah.
They're proud.
So after East Ridge, first. So after East Ridge, I believe it's the ambassadors from Community Connections with his a mental health clinic in Owen Sound, and the Peace Team.
And the EFTO, the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario, Blue Water Teachers Local, representing. And they've got a dog with them, all dressed up for Pride. That's the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario. Oh, now there's
The OSSTF, District 7 Teachers Union.
right, and followed by them is the
Mix 106.
I think that's their French participants, their counterparts. Oh, and then there's Mix 106. Oh, and now we have
Now we've got
theater.
the theater.
And I believe that is from Toronto with Angola Murdoch. They do all the aerial acrobatics, and you thought you would be interested in it.
Acrobatics has never been something I've been great at, but I love watching it.
Oh,
Right. And it looks like up next we've got the Green Party of Canada.
yeah, the Green Party of Canada. And up next,
And up next we have Georgian Shores United Church, walking right behind them.
yeah. Georgian Shores United Church. And they've got a good crowd with them also celebrating Pride. I hear a lot of music.
Yeah, I think it's coming from the East Ridge float down there.
Those kids.
Yeah. So coming up next is the Reach Center of Owen Sound.
Oh, and you know about the Reach Center?
Yeah, we have a friend that works there in the
works
summer.
for
She
there.
just loves it.
So the Reach Center helps adults with living with disabilities.
Yes, and they do all kinds of neat stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, they work in the community,
Yeah.
and it looks like there's another Pride banner, and that would be the end of the parade. That's the end of Pride 2019, but now the crowd joins in, and that's one of the best parts. And they head on down to the party, which is at the, what did I say, it's at the Child and Family Services at the old YMCA parking lot. Family friendly, and that's something to remember. Family friendly, you can get something to eat, a cold drink, which I'm sure lots of people will want to have. And we really have to say that was a good parade. People were having a lot of fun. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great. The turnout was amazing. Lots of people.
Yeah, it was a fantastic turnout. The weather couldn't have been better. And we had way more floats in it this year than last year, so I think this was a success.
And yes, I think there were a lot more people here this year than last year. I think because there was a lot more people knew about it.
Yeah.
And I think that people are getting more interested and more comfortable with it. And Ryan did a good job of PR.
He really did, yeah.
And the kids did too, the students, your school. There's a lot more interested in it. And of course, it's an annual thing now.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite, I really like the Easterage float.
Yeah,
Those
I think
kids
the
are really
Easterage-
getting into it.
There was supposed to be a prize for the most enthusiastic crowd. I think the Easterage would have won.
Yeah, the way they were playing their music so loud, they were getting everyone dancing.
They were celebrating Pride. And I think that's important too, isn't it? That we get youth involved, because that's what it's all about, spreading the word about Pride.
Yeah.
So if you had anything that you wanted to sum up about the parade, what would your final words be for our viewers?
Pardon?
What would you want to tell the viewers about your thoughts about the parade and your...
Well, the parade, it's all about raising awareness, getting the word out there, and just getting everyone more comfortable with Pride in itself. And I think it's fantastic. I can't wait for next year.
Exactly. And what would you want the viewers to know?
Again with Sophie, it's really nice to see the whole community come together and celebrate Pride.
Yeah, I think so too. I think everyone should celebrate and learn. And learn if you don't know about Pride, educate yourself.
Yeah.
It's nothing to be afraid of. And join us again next year for the 2020 annual Pride Parade, and it'll be even bigger and better. Join us here on Rogers TV for the celebration of Pride. And if you want to catch it, if you didn't catch it live, you can catch it again on Rogers TV. As I said, there'll be celebration downtown, and I'm sure everybody will be having a good time down there with their family and friends. And it's just the most wonderful day to be enjoying this celebration. And join us here again on Rogers TV.